While it may be a quiet period for college football, recruiting never sleeps, and Nebraska's June visitor list is starting to ramp up as the 2025 class starts to finalize their visit schedules for the summer. I wanted to take you through a few of those guys that I like, and I will be doing that in a video series here starting today. And we're going to keep it with the edge rusher position in Jaden Lofton. Now, Jaden Lofton is scheduled to visit June 14th through 16th. One thing to note about those dates, they're also the dates of a couple of Matt Rule's camps. So that's probably by design to get him onto campus and get some of these guys on campus, see these interactions and how the coaches interact with these players and kids and vice versa. And, that usually bodes well for Nebraska. Nebraska's invited people to their camps in the previous, last year recruiting cycle. And it turned out to be pretty well, as they had a pretty high success rate in terms of turning visitors out. And I did a breakdown on Matt Rule's camps that'll kind of give you insight into kind of how those really favor Nebraska in terms of recruiting and the nuances to it. So you go check that out if you want. But today we're going to get into Jaden Lofton. Jaden Lofton is a edge rusher out of Somerville, New Jersey, 6'4", 240 pounds. 24 Sports has him rated as the number 23 edge rusher, and a top 10 player in the state of New Jersey. 4-star, just got bumped up to a 4-star, was an 88 rated. Now he's a 90 rated. Like I said, he'll be visiting June 14th through 16th. Now, a little bit about Jayden before I go into the film. He was originally slated to visit Minnesota the same weekend that he's visiting Nebraska. Not sure what happened with that. It doesn't look like Minnesota's in the equation, but we'll wait and see. They had a combine testing on him with 24/7 Sports kind of does this thing where they do a combine testing on a lot of these guys, and they had him listed as a top performer. That is what bumped him up from an 88 to a 90. And that's kind of what I indicated before. Some of these camps and some of these things that they do in the off season, those really are part of what bumps these guys up in the recruiting rankings. That's why some of the times the recruiting rankings can be a little bit skewed. But the film on Jayden is excellent. The top 7 schools that were interested in him before that he had listed in his top 7: Minnesota, Penn State, South Carolina, Syracuse, Tennessee, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. It looks like he's visited Penn State and Syracuse the most. I believe he's visited them 3 times each. So, one of the things that he did indicate that he likes about West Virginia, and I bring this up for a reason, they keep it real. They keep in frequent contact, which he loves. And that is one of the things that this staff excels at is building relationships and keeping contact with players. So we can keep that in mind. It's one of the things that he spotlighted as one of his most important things when they asked him. It was the one thing he mentioned when they asked about what he liked about West Virginia. Now, looking at his film, he's a gamer. He's a grinder, and he has all the physical attributes, but it's the little things that he does that stand out. As an edge rusher, there's ability there of athleticism where you can be a solid edge rusher with sheer athleticism, but building a actual skill set as an edge rusher and being able to use pass moves to get off of blocks, being able to engage with blocks, and even when you're blocked, make a play on the ball. That is what he does. That is what his film will show. Now, before I get into the film, I want y'all to drop in the comments what your preference is. Now, I'm going to try to keep this one a little bit shorter. Let me know if you like the shorter film breakdowns, the longer film breakdowns, or a little bit of both. I'm trying not to get too in detail, but I'm trying to keep it to where you can learn a lot and also take something away from it. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and let's just get into it. All right. So first play here, we're going to run. This is a little bit of a stunt from the defense. I'm going to let it run. You can see that they run a variation of either a 3-3-5 or a 4-3 on this film. You see a lot of 4-3 as well. So already looks like a good fit for Matt Rule's defense, or Tony White's defense, rather. So this is one of those plays where it's showing his tenacity, his concentration. So we're going to watch it. He's going to run a stunt, like I said, and we'll let it play. See what happens. All right, there's the stunt. Comes across, can't get his hands on the quarterback, gets his hands up, gets the ball, the concentration to stick with it and get the interception. Now, tipping the ball is one thing. Getting the interception, having that focus and concentration to be able to identify the ball that quickly, that was a great play. So we're going to watch it again. Stunt coming through. Now, as a defensive lineman, what's the rule if you can't get your hands on the quarterback? Get your hands in the air. You have a chance to do this every single time as long as you get the hands in the air. Even as far away as he was from the quarterback, quarterback throws it on the line. It's a little bit of a screen pass, so he's trying to dump it over there. He identifies it quickly. He's able to get on it. So great play there. Play 2. I'm just keeping this in here because it's special teams. Special teams, special players, guys. And we love to see it. You can never be mad at some special teams on the film, especially the second play on your film. All right. Third play here. Now, this one's going to be a little bit of a speed rush. The blockers are going to chip him. I'm not sure if they were supposed to block him, and the running back just doesn't identify him quick enough to be able to get a beat on him, and he's able to get to the quarterback before the quarterback has a chance to breathe. Coming off the edge here. Slips through the gap. The running back can't pick him up. He's on the quarterback before the quarterback has a second. And this is a trend. Now, he's very good at getting the quarterback. You will notice that. All right. This one here, this is a more along the lines of it's not a coverage sack per se. The guys were covered, but he gets the quarterback off his spot so quickly. The quarterback didn't have a chance to even identify who was open. He might have got through one progression and then had to abort mission. So, all routes were covered, sticks with the play, gets the hands in the chest for separation from the lineman. You'll see the play he makes here on the lineman. Initially gets his hands in the chest, but he attacks the leverage of the lineman, is able to get him off his spot, and he's able to kind of make a move on him on the second engagement and get through right there. Uses his hands to get through, uses hands to engage and attack the leverage, uses his hands to get through off of the block. So nice set of pass rushing skills that he has at his disposal. All right, these next couple plays here, I'm just going to let these couple plays run. He gets a little bit skinny in here. And what I mean by getting skinny, he's very good at finding a crease between two guys. It was we saw in our third play, sorry. But you'll see here that he also, he gets off the line, stacks the lineman, and is able to get in the backfield and onto the quarterback. So I'm going to let this one run. So right here, attacks the leverage, stacks the lineman, breaks off with a little bit of a pass rush move. That's more of just kind of a, I'm just going to run around you type of deal. But he can only do that because he attacked the leverage of the lineman, got the lineman off his spot, got him on his heels. When you got a lineman on your heels, you can do anything you want with them at that point. All right, this one here, I'm sorry, these are the ones that I'm talking about where he's getting skinny on the film. So we'll let these couple plays run here. Right there, is able to slip through those two linemen, get on to the quarterback quickly and bring him down. Now, here's another example of this. He's going to get skinny here. He's going to get into the backfield, attack the running back, get the running back off his leverage, and get to the quarterback. So let it run here, slides through, attacks the running back, gets to the quarterback. He invites the contact, as you can see, and that goes along with that New Jersey, mentality and that physicality that I was talking about a little bit earlier. Now, I've only got a couple plays left that I'm going to bring up here. So let's watch this next play. On this next play, let me let it run. And gets to the quarterback. Well, the quarterback just kind of gave up because he's not trying to take that hit. I wouldn't either. So what he does here, now what you'll see a good job of him doing here is he sticks with the play with his eyes. Now, when the play is broken down or when the play's running, you don't necessarily need to immediately make a move, and or if you just get blocked, keep your eyes on the football. If the play comes to you, make a play on it. And that's exactly what he does here. He just keeps his eyes on the ball, doesn't give up on the play, doesn't just accept that he's blocked, sticks with it, and is able to get into the chest of the defender. Now, once the quarterback gets outside of that pocket, that puts the lineman in a tough situation because he doesn't necessarily know the quarterback's going that direction. And like I said, Loftin has his eyes in the backfield. He has an advantage there. He can see where the quarterback's going. He gets off of his swim move, or I forget what move he uses here, but gets off of the block and is able to make the quarterback just basically, make a business decision, if you will. All right, one more time. Even a little bit of a hold at the end, but comes off, engages in the block, is able to get off of it, and the quarterback makes a business decision there. All right, and I think that was the last play that I was going to touch on. Yeah, that was the last play I was going to touch on in the film. So let me bring this off of here. We'll bring this back up. So again, Jaden Lofton, a guy that I'm really excited about, edge rusher, big guy, super athletic, track and field as a freshman. He's one of those guys that if we're able to get in here and put some size on him, he can be a very good defensive lineman, pass rusher. Wherever they want to put him, he will be good. That's that mixture of that size and athleticism, but not only that, the physical traits that he has, the long arms, and just the football IQ, the ability to see the play, um, you know, come up in front of him, see the play, break it down as it's happening, and be able to identify what play to be made. And you'll see that all over the film. That it's not just necessarily him getting the quarterback; it's him stacking up the linemen, attacking their leverage, getting off of blocks, being able to get to the quarterback. And if you can't make a play on the quarterback, at least disrupt the play. That is a guy that you want. It may not necessarily show up on the stat sheet, may show up on the stat sheet. You got guys that do both. But if you do have a guy that can do both, stuff that shows on the stat sheet and stuff that doesn't, you got like a Nash Hutmacher type of player. Nash Hutmacher doesn't necessarily get all the love he is warranted because it doesn't show up in the stat sheet just by nature of his position. Now, if you got a guy on the edge who can do the little things and also brings a big size, big athleticism, runs a 4.6 40, he squats over 400 pounds. So we'll see how this plays out with Nebraska and where he lands on the list. But that'll do it for me here. If you want to check out our Tuesday live streams, again, I am hosting. They will be every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. You can join me there. I will have the guys from the Sully Scoop podcast on this Tuesday. I hope everybody has a great Memorial Day weekend. Everybody be safe out there. Rest in peace to all my friends I lost and everybody who you may have lost out there. Mondays for them. Never forget that. And everybody have a great, safe Memorial Day. I will see you on the next video.